Okay, so I'm gonna try to be as thorough as possible with this story. Okay, so just to let you guys know, this is basically a story about how I took my kids out, and I was like the only black person out there. It was a bunch of white people. I was the only black person, and I didn't have any issues until another black lady pulled up. So I think I'm starting to figure something out. Um, I know everybody talks about this whole fashion women thing. Like it's a very popular thing on the internet. And, a lot of people talk about how women don't even support women, women don't even like women. That's very true. Um, Something that I'm starting to learn about myself. I kind of avoid going out because I don't want to deal with the confrontation of other women. Case in point, I'm minding my business. Y'all know I got my little short leggers. I got my kids. We minding our business. And there's like this grassy area they like to play on. And then there's a sidewalk, and then there's like a road for parking. So to explain that, so there's literally like a family get together. It's kind of like a picnic area thing. It's like this shopping center. And it's not weird for people to like, come out and get on the grass or whatever. And then there's this like huge sidewalk. It's kind of like a boardwalk deal. This huge shopping center. Like this is not just some random patch of grass, right? Like people it's a shopping center, basically. Um and I will say this because I did talk about how, it was just me and the kids. And I'm starting to see like women, they walk in groups. And I get it because women are aggressive. And this lady, she parks closest to like the grassy area or whatever. And she rolls down the window and she goes, "You need to come get your child." Then I'm like, okay. Now, my kid's in a grass area. There's a whole sidewalk. There's this giant road. My kid is nowhere near. And I'm just like, that's really weird. Okay, I can explain this too. So I have a son and a daughter. My son, he likes to have fun. He doesn't bother anybody. He does this thing. He'll play with you if you're not weird. If you're weird, he won't play with you. Real simple. Nothing complex. My daughter, on the other hand, very different person, very social person, highly opinionated person, very vocal person. Now, my children are 1 and 2 year olds, so, well, 2 years old. My son's the 2 year old, and my daughter is one. I wanted to give more of a thorough description of this lady. First of all, she was driving like she was crazy. Second of all, my husband just blessed me with a new car. And so this lady just so happened to be driving a car that looks very similar to the car that my husband got me recently. With that being said, when my 1 year old daughter sees a car that looks like the car that her daddy got us, she freezes and she goes, "Oh my God, mommy, somebody took your car." I don't know why she's like that. Maybe because she's one, maybe because she believes that nobody else has the same type of car that we have ever in life. But she was already in shock. So the rest of the kids, they were like playing, they were doing their thing. And, Junior, he was playing, doing his thing. And Jazz, when she saw this lady pull up, she froze like, "Oh my God, mommy, somebody's driving your car." Fine, she's just being a kid. Now, when this lady parked, like she was just driving crazy, and she parked. And my daughter was literally just staring at her. Like my daughter stares, like she knows tracks. So she's staring at this lady. The lady opens the door, sees my daughter like staring at her. Like, I guess it's eerie. I guess I can't be mad at how she reacted because my daughter was like, just, you know. And the lady closed the door. Like she got in the car, slammed the door. I was mad when I first recorded the first part of this. And now that I'm going back and I'm adding commentary, it's actually kind of funny. I think my kid was spooking her out because when my daughter stares you down, like how when a dog, when they're pointing, they put one arm up and then they have a straight tail and their nose is like, she was like that. My daughter's like that. And her whole thing is, you need to explain to me why you have my mama's car. My daddy just got her that car. I can see how that could put a person on a defensive. And she's like yelling at me, right? I'm like, wow, like she's being weird. But what she taught me was, I'm starting to notice a lot of times women who have kids, they have other women with them. And then a lot of times they have other women who have kids also. So I'm starting to learn. See, I didn't really hang out with girls and stuff growing up because of situations like these. You do not yell at a person in public. Women do that. Like women do that. They're very confrontational. And this is a big old church lady, so you could only imagine the bravado. Black women got this weird thing where they feel like they gotta be everybody else's mama but their own kids. This is what I mean. I have been mothered, if you want to call it that, by women throughout my life who don't even keep up with their own kids. I don't know if it's because I'm easier to keep up with. I don't know because I'm more easygoing, or maybe their kids are just so out of hand, or maybe because they don't want their kids. But I get so irritated with that. Another thing I wanted to say, this big black church lady, uh, she just automatically assumed that I would care for her company. And I guess her confrontation was like an icebreaker. I don't know what it is. But I ain't want nothing to do with her. I just wanted my kids to have fun and play. I didn't want to make no new friends. So, I mean, maybe a lot of times black women are socially awkward. I don't know. Maybe, and then some people, they think I'm super young. I'm old. I'm in my 30s. All right. Like I'm almost in my mid 30s. Like I'm up there. Maybe in her mind, she was thinking, oh, this young girl with these two kids, I need to come in, yell at her, and tell her about Jesus. And you know what? I'll even concede to another point. My daughter was staring. And by the way, I left that last clip saying defensive. I kind of was thinking, not being offensive, but I ain't even gonna try to fix that. I meant what I said. It's really ghetto. It's improper. I'm gonna leave it. But here's the main thing. Like, yeah, I could have told my daughter to stop staring. But when that lady started yelling at me, I stopped caring. And I'm gonna just say this too. For these great big church ladies with these giant wigs and glasses and giant forearms, just because you talk about Jesus, don't absolve you of the fact that you are rude and nasty. Like that is so unsavory. Um, like that will turn people off from Christianity. Being nasty and rude, you don't start talking about Jesus and now all of a sudden we're supposed to be cool. No, you apologize like a human being. But anyway, this lady, she's yelling. I'm like, okay, out of everybody's kids, you know, she's looking at mine. I'm like, well, I will say this too. My kids are like the only black kids out there. So I guess it's just like, oh yeah, I can mess with this one. I'm getting them vibes too. And a lot of times this black women messing with black women. Black people can't stand black people. It's the weirdest thing. Or maybe it's just the culture. Like maybe this lady just looked at me and was like, oh, what what is she doing being the only black woman out here with her kids playing with all these white kids? I don't know, because she seemed extremely, I don't know, she was giving me these vibes like like I shouldn't have had my kids out there. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Well, what she ended up doing, She was like, you need to you need to take your kids and, you need to take your kids and go home or something. She was just yelling at me. And she rolled her window up in her car. She just sat in her car. And maybe she was thinking to herself, oh my God, I've probably embarrassed that lady. I don't know. Maybe there was a little bit of remorse. I don't know. She was very awkward. Maybe she was on some meds. Maybe she's got some mental health issues. I don't know. But what she ended up doing, so when me and the kids were leaving, because she just made it so uncomfortable, she ran up to me and she handed me a pamphlet, like a children's Bible pamphlet type thing. And she asked me what my name was, what my kids' names were. And that was just so uncomfortable. And I don't know if she was going to try to invite me to church or anything, but I slipped away from that lady as quick as I can. And she followed me. And she kept following me until I got close to my car. Remember, this is like an outdoor shopping center. And she made a lot of people uncomfortable. Security was even looking out, right? And I was just so irritated with her. I made sure she saw that pamphlet in my hand and I threw it away. And she was stunned. She was so upset. I watched her kind of freeze. I turned around and look. I made sure I looked at her because she was following me. I guess she was still trying to talk to me. I don't know what she was trying to do, but I'm the type of person, when you agitate me that much, I can't hear nothing. I can't see nothing. Let me just get to my call. And I didn't care that she was following me. I really did not care. So when I threw the pamphlet away, I think she took that as, this chick here, she don't care. And I don't, you know. But anyway, that's my story. I got plenty of them. I might just keep doing this. Like, I might just make this part of my little vlog thing.